Every day when I go into my YouTube comments, I see comments that say something to the effect of, I'd like to get started with Facebook ads, I just don't know where to start. And I can certainly empathize because it can be difficult to get started because there's a lot of videos out there with outdated information, outdated interfaces, and there's just a lot of noise in the space. So I can truly honestly empathize. So today I wanted to create a video that shows you everything that you need to know from beginning to end. That's right, from the moment that you create a personal account to the moment that you're pressing confirm on your ads. Hey, it's Jaime. If we're just meeting, welcome to the channel that brings actionable content to grow your business through online marketing. So if that sounds beneficial, consider subscribing. We have a long way to go, so we need to get started. We're here in my personal Facebook page. In order for you to run ads, you need your personal page, and then you need to create a business page. Without that business page, you can't run any ads, so just be aware of that. All right, so we're gonna go over to my Realtor page right there. I just created this, so this doesn't really have any activity or much traction on it, and I don't need it. I don't continually post content in the in this page anyway. So again, you just need the business page in order for you to run ads. Now we're not going to go through and create any of this. I just want to show you the steps. So remember, personal page, create your business page, and you're good. You can be as active as you want or inactive as you want, as I am. All right, and to get to where we need to go, we're going to go to manage ads. And we are here in our ads manager. Now, that is basically all you need to do. You're going to go and create your personal page and your business page, and now you're at the ads manager. Now that's just the pure simplest form of advertising or running your ads. Now, this is where we're gonna get a little bit more complex, but don't worry. We will get to the end result very quickly. When you start running ads in the way that that I show you, which is through the ads manager, it is going to start off with an ad account that is your personal ad account. So that means that it is in your personal. So let me see if I can find it. Ads manager. So as you can see, this is my personal account. And if I were to run all of my ads through my personal account, then I am running a huge risk. When you're advertising on Facebook, whether you do things perfectly right or perfectly wrong, there is a good chance that your ad accounts can get suspended. You can appeal them, and I have another video that shows you how to do that, but at the end of the day, you don't want to expose your entire ad ability just through your personal account. So what you need to do to run these the right way and limit yourself from that liability of being just struck down from your personal account and you're done advertising, you need to create a business manager, and then you need to create another ad account. And that's something that you're going to see today. So to get to where you need to go to create that business manager account, I know we're starting to get a little bit complex, but stay with me. It's worth it. You're going to go to business.facebook.com. Now for me, you're going to see that I have several accounts already linked up to myself, but for you, you're going to be met with a business page, or you're going to be met with a sales page that shows you all the benefits of a business manager. And at the top right, you're going to see a create. Now, if you're not seeing that and you're already logged into Facebook, chances are that you already have your business manager account already set up, but you just don't know about it. You're just unaware that you've created that in the past. But most of you, if you have never heard of the business manager, then chances are whenever you go to business.facebook.com, you're going to be met with that sales page that I'm referencing, where at the top right, you're going to have the ability to create a business account. So once you click on that business account, it's going to ask you about 3 different things. And most importantly, what do you want to call your business account? Then it's going to prompt you to the next screen that's going to ask for the address. It's going to ask for the phone number. It's going to ask for the website information. It's going to ask for a business email. You can get away with using your business email or your personal email. Either one is going to work, but just know that that's the next step, and then you're going to be able to create your business manager. Once you create your business manager, you're going to end up in a very similar screen to myself, except it's going to have only one, and that's going to be yours. So once you do that, you're going to go to the business settings, Hey, one quick second. I just wanted to thank you for watching. I wanted to thank you for hanging in there. I know that we're not even halfway through the video. There's still a good amount of information that is left to go. So I just want to thank you for being here. I know it's not the easiest thing in the world, but trust me, it's worth it. Now imagine having to create this. Imagine having to sit down here, record it, edit it, and all that fun stuff. But I also want you to think about how long it took me to learn that information. So how long it took me to be able to provide everything in a concise, or as concise as possible without going on tangents, kind of like what I just did there, in a concise form so you could enjoy the benefits of it. The only thing I ask is that you smash that like button. Now here in your business settings, this is where you're gonna control your entire business. Right now, you have an entire cell. The only person that has access to this business account is you. So if you want to add either marketers, other people on your team, family, friends, whatever, I mean, if they're going to have part of your business, you're not just going to go out and invite everybody, but anybody that's going to have a say in your business in terms of managing the business page, managing the ad accounts, managing everything. If you want to give them the global access, you're going to do that through people. You're going to do that through here. I don't suggest that you do that unless you absolutely ride and die with this person, but this is going to give them absolute global autonomy on the on everything that you see here. But I do suggest that you go with partners most of the time. So again, if you're getting help through marketers or anybody else, then you can go to partners and limit their access that way. Now, quick reminder before we go over to pages and ad accounts. Remember, this is the shell. This is something that you just created, so it doesn't have access to your business pages and it doesn't have access to your ad accounts. So you would go to pages and then add your pages, and then you go to ad accounts to create your ad account. So I'm gonna go to pages, and then you're gonna go to add and either add a page that you already have, request access to a page. So if you want, if somebody else has the already the admin rights to the page, then you can request access through here or create a new page from here. Same thing with ad accounts. And for ad accounts, you're gonna have a big blue button in the middle, unless you already have an ad account, but chances are if you just created it, then you won't. But if you do have it, you're gonna go to add an ad account, request access to an ad account, or create a new ad account. I suggest that you start off brand new, that you start off with a new ad account and have it here in your business settings. So remember, again, we wanna keep it as simple as possible. You start out with your personal ad account. And most people start running ads through there. I myself started doing that, so I didn't know any better. So you may be running ads through your personal ad account, and that's fine. But now that you know what you know, make sure that you create the business account that we're doing right now, and then create the new ad account so as to separate yourself from liability. Again, you could be doing things perfectly, or you could be out there really pushing the boundaries when it comes to advertising. Facebook is going to make mistakes, or is going to be justified whenever they suspend these people, but it's going to nix or suspend your advertising out in some way, shape, or form. I mean, it has done that, and it continues to do that for me, and I do things the right way. So it shuts down some ad accounts, so I have to go and appeal. I win those, and sometimes I lose them. It shuts down business accounts, so business managers. I appeal those. Sometimes I win, sometimes I lose, all that fun stuff. And then the personal, I've lost that one so many times, but thankfully I have been able to appeal those, and I have won 100% of the time on that. But again, remember, you have those levels of separation. If I was only gambling at this point with my personal ad account and I got struck down, I would not be able to run any types of ads. Anything. I wouldn't be able to manage, I wouldn't be able to edit, I wouldn't be able to do anything. I'd be dead in the water and the business would be over, right? So anyway, I don't want to scare you, but I just want you to know what the differences are. Now that we've set everything up, now we can go back to the ads manager. And now that we're at the ads manager, this is where we actually create our ads. Now, before we actually do that, I want to give you a brief, super brief tour of what you can do over here in the settings. So you see here you have, let's see, where do we want to go? We want to events manager. that's where you would go to create conversions. That's where you would go to set up the conversions to create your conversion ads. We're not going to get to that today, but just know that's where you would go. Audiences, that's where you would go to create your retargeting list. So people that visited your Facebook page or your Instagram page or your website or your uploaded database, that's where you would go. And one quick note, when you upload your database, or let me rephrase that, if you wanted to upload your database and retarget that audience, then you actually have to, and you'll be forced to create a business manager account. So just because it's it helps you with liability doesn't mean that that's the only thing that creating a business account actually does for you. It actually helps increase your functionality. So if you had just started advertising with your personal ad account and done nothing with it, you wouldn't be able to upload your customer or your custom list, your database list, to create a custom audience, because that functionality does not exist unless you have a business manager account. I know I'm talking about 2, 3, 4 different things, but I want to give you as much as I can in this video, because a lot of these nuances, they took me days, weeks, months, years to learn. So I want to accelerate that as much as I can. As something, unique pops up, I'm sharing it with you. So this video is as action-packed as possible, and you don't have to spend weeks, months, years to learn this. You're getting all of this in one video. So make sure that you come back and go through anything a little bit slower. All right, so I think we'll be okay. We'll be okay. I have another video that goes through the entire thing there, but those are really the more important things. And I missed something super important. Events Manager, that's where you're gonna go to create your Facebook pixel. You hear about this in my channel quite a bit. Create your Facebook pixel so as to be able to create that conversion ad, so as to be able to retarget people that visit your website. So not only are you able to create that conversion event that I mentioned a few minutes ago, but you have to go there to create your Facebook pixel. All right, with all that being said, I know that we've been talking quite a bit. Let's actually go through and create an ad super quickly. This is where you go to create you select your objective. There's different objectives on Facebook. You can go with an awareness, consideration, or conversion. Awareness is more spreading the news. You're not expecting any action from the spreading of the awareness, if you will, of your brand. Consideration, that's where you're actually encouraging people to reach out to you. There's some sort of consideration to your whatever you're offering. And then conversion, this is really where you start optimizing. This is where the conversions start being measured, and you can increase more and more. Now remember, conversions is something for your websites. Now that's something super important. A website, think of it synonymously with a website, whether that's a landing page or a traditional website, WordPress website, whatever it is, just think of it that way. If you are running anything in the credit, employment, and housing space, so under the special ad category, when you create the business manager for the first time, or your business account for the first time, what we just went through and did, or I showed you where to go to create, if you just created that and created your ad account and everything else, and you came back here and you tried to run a special ad category, I'll press continue so you see what I'm talking about. This little thing right here will not show up. So let me repeat that. If you just created your business manager account and you came back here to the ads manager thinking, I'm set, I'm going to run my real estate ad and I'm going to get millions of leads, and you'd be rightly so on thinking that. But the first time that you come here and try to run it, know that this is not going to be there. So this trips people up, and this is one of those nuances that took me quite a while to figure out. So what you have to do at that point is almost pretty much do exactly what I'm about to do right now, but you're just going to go through and create a dummy ad. It doesn't matter what it is. You're just going to go through and confirm an ad and have it publish, or attempt to publish it, but immediately delete it so you're not spending money on it actually getting approved. Doesn't matter what you put on it. Just the only thing you're doing is running that ad once, or I'm sorry, creating that ad, and then the next time that you go to the create button, this little button is going to show up. This little category is going to show up. But again, the first time that you run a campaign after you've created that business manager for the first time, you're not going to have this. So you're essentially forcing Facebook to give you that feature. I don't know why it doesn't show up automatically the first time around, but it doesn't. Just know that that's what happens. All right, in the campaign name it something that you're going to remember. Name it something that explains what you're actually offering. Too many times I see I log into agents, or really a lot of other types of industries, where a lot of people will leave the name that it is, and they have 30 different campaigns that are named new campaign. Don't do that. That's just going to confuse you. So make sure that you name it something that you're going to remember. Traffic campaign is the most common type of campaign that you're going to run, so we're going to just leave it at that. Let's just see. We'll go with housing. As you can see, they added the social issues, elections, and politics. So if you thought the special ad category was tough before, try to run a political ad and see what happens. All right, so the rest of it, you're going to see you can add a spending limit from here, or you can optimize the campaign budget from here, do split testing after, actually you can't do split testing at the moment, but campaign budget optimization, you can flip that on and adjust your budget from here. And the benefit of doing that from here is that you control your spend for the entire campaign. And regardless of how many ad sets you create, ad sets are over here, so different targeting, regardless of the different targets that the audiences that you target, it's going to spend that. So you're able to control it from one place. And also Facebook is going to try and optimize the ad sets. So as an example, if you create 5 different ad sets spending $100, let's just say $100, it's not going to spend those $100 evenly in those ad sets. It's going to optimize to see which one is giving you better results. So that's what that means. So on the left hand side, you can navigate very easily. You can go to the ad set, you can go to the ad name, you can also navigate from up here as well. The campaign, remember, that's just the type of campaign that you're running, because if you change it, if you change it to a lead generation, the functionality over here is going to change. So as an example, if you do a lead generation campaign at this point, instead of a traffic, it's going to ask you to create a form over here in the lead generation. I know I'm going and bouncing things off, but I just want to give you as much as I can with our short time that we have together. But anyway, so we're going to continue going with the traffic. Then you would just go to next. And at the ad set level, this is where you target who you want to see your ads. Again, who you want to see your ads. This is your targeting. This is your audience. At the ad level, this is what you're showing to your audience. So here is the type of campaign that you're running, who you want to see your ads, and then what you actually show in your ads. All right, so that's the easiest way to think about it. In your ad set name, again, remember to name it something that you're going to recall, so you're able to read your reports much quicker. Now, running traffic, if you're running a traffic campaign, most people are going to send it to a website, not an app, not Messenger or WhatsApp. If you actually click Messenger, it's going to switch it to another type of campaign, which you see back here, the Messages campaign. All right. Cool. So we're going to leave it at website. Dynamic creative. This is more for e-commerce, so we're not going to worry too much about that. But if you have some time, check that out. Offer. If you have different products, if you have different services, then you can create an offer. That way, just limited time offers, so as to encourage people to reach out to you sooner rather than later because you have a unique offer. Budget and schedule. So most of the campaigns, actually all the campaigns that I create, I have a start date. I don't have an end date. That's just my nature. I'm in here every single day because of the nature of my business. But even if you don't do this every single day, I do encourage you to just go ahead and leave it open, because it's going to encourage you to come back here and see your results. If you were to just say, all right, well, I'm going to set it and forget it. I know that it's going to turn off in 2 weeks. Well, what if you left it and came back in 2 weeks after it's been shut out, and you had the wrong target audience, if you forgot to flip a switch, that's just bad news. And also, well, I won't even go into that next part. But anyway, the audience, creating a new audience. So if you had a saved audience, you could use it over here. But if you had a custom audience, going back to the audiences tab that I showed you when we went up here, the audiences right there, you can create a custom audience, and to call that audience back. So if you had created a retargeting audience of everybody that has seen your ads in the past, let's just say week, then you would be able to call the audience back here. Now, same thing with the special ad audience. The special ad audience is actually a variation of the lookalike audience. We're not going to get too much into that, but basically a special ad audience takes a custom audience and goes out into Facebook and finds those similar profiles. So bringing this back full circle, if you upload your entire database and create a custom audience, that's a unique audience to you. That's a unique audience to your account, right? And then a lookalike audience would take that custom audience and go out and find similar people on Facebook. So the best illustration of this is if you have a customer base of people that are millennials, let's just say, that's a common theme behind them, and a certain type of purchasing behavior or certain characteristics about that person are there, then the special ad audience would take those and magnify those, go out into Facebook to find more people. So this is where you would go to call those audiences back. All right, so let's click out of here. What are we doing? All right, and then locations, people living in this location. Most of the time, that's what you're going to click, although you have various options. The default is living in or recently located in. Now, you know your business, so if you're looking for sellers, as an example, so if you're looking for real estate listings, then you're going to go with people actually living in the location, not recently in that location, because they actually don't live there. Then you're going to select the geography. So let's just go with Texas as an example. It's going to narrow it down. Now, if you're in the special ad category, you start off with a radius of 15 miles. So I'll click Dallas so you see it. I'll zoom in as much as I can real quick. If you're in the special ad audience, you are limited to a minimum of 15 miles. If you're not running a special ad, an ad in the special ad category, then you can go down to a mile radius. But again, that just depends on the type of business that you're in. If you're in the credit, employment, and housing ad, then if you're in the credit, employment, and housing categories and the political things as well, then you are limited to the 15 miles. And you can't do anything with zip. You can't do anything with age, gender, and demographics. But if you're not in the credit, employment, and housing space and then politics, you are able to use ages, you are able to use gender, you are able to use demographics to target people. So just be aware of that. All right, connections. This has to do with your page. If you want to advertise only to people that are actually in your page. So if you actually maintain your business page and do a lot with it, then you can click here and engage those people that already like your page or had some sort of interaction with you. Or if you want to expand beyond who already likes your page to a little warmer audience than just a cold audience, then you would click friends of people who like your page. So there's that immediate circle or that sphere of influence of those people. And then if you want to go out and capture a new audience, then you would just exclude people who like your page. And then you have similar concepts in the apps and in the events. So you have similar abilities. Placements. This is where you choose where you want them to show up, your ads to show up on either Facebook, Instagram, certain key partners that Facebook has. So you see right here, you can put them in feeds, whether that's Facebook or Instagram or the Messages app. But right now, this is since we're running a traffic campaign, it's not going to allow us to do that there. Stories. So in the stories, Facebook or Instagram, and Messenger stories as well. In stream, search, messages, in article, apps and sites. And this is going to continue to expand. If you see more options down the line, then take those and run with them. If you see less options down the line as well, then know that they tried that out for a little while and it didn't work. So just know that you're able to adjust where you want your ads to show. All right. And then mobile devices. This makes most sense if you are running an app campaign, which we're not, but this I do suggest that you leave all mobile devices on, because a lot of people are checking on their mobile. All right. We're not going to worry about content filter, exclude live stream. So you can do a lot of things with this. Now, when you're running a traffic campaign, which is what we're doing, I always go with landing page views. So you can see the differences. We were set up for link clicks. What this means is it's going to go out and look for people and try to optimize for people that just click on your ad. That's not what I want. I want people to actually look at my page. I want them to either hit my website, my landing page, whatever I'm offering, and it upload. So that's what I want to optimize for. I don't want to optimize for the clicks, because people can click and immediately bounce back. I don't care about those people. I care about the people that actually saw my message. So that's why I optimize for that. We're going to go to next. And of course, you're going to name it something that you're going to remember. And it has the Facebook page that you attach to your ad account already. If you have an Instagram account, you're able to link that up as well. All right. And then we're going to create a campaign. Right here, you see single image, carousel, or collection. So single or video, that is the most common type of ad. Carousel just means multiple. So you can actually see it, what it will actually look like. If it loads up, it might not. We'll just go with single or image. I'll let you play around with that at your leisure. All right, and all you would need to do would be add media. So either add the video or add an image. You have access to stock photos, so you don't have to create stock. You don't have to take the perfect image. You can actually use a stock image from here. And all of these have a watermark, but know that the watermark goes away once you press confirm. So you see Shutterstock right there. There's that watermark. So don't worry about that. And then this is where, if I can move myself for a second, this is where the actual ad copy, the text goes. So this is an ad, and you'll see it populate up here. And you see what it's going to look like in the feeds. You're going to see what it's going to look like in the stories. So this is a different way. If you watched even a video of mine, let's say a month ago, this was actually different. This was presented different. There was a little column right here. So that goes back to every single time that you log in, the interface could potentially look different. Just depends on how long you go between logins. Just be aware of that. Know that the functionality for the most part is going to stay, but the interface when you're running ads, it's going to look a little bit different sometimes. All right, and then the headline. So you can see the headline right there. This, let's just put headline. You can see it populate right there, and then the description is back there. So description, and that's optional. These are optional. This is not. You have to either run an ad with the actual text, so you have to put some sort of text, and you need to either have an image or a video or something in here, which is a collection of either single image or video, carousel, collection. There has to go something here, so you can't get around that. And with a traffic campaign, you have to put a URL. So this is a URL that I'm just putting there. It doesn't have the pixel because it's actually not my website, I don't think. Well, it doesn't have this pixel anyway, but it'll tell you if you still need to install your pixel. So that's the beauty of it. The display link, you don't have to do anything there. That's optional. The call to action, you can adjust that little button right there. So they continue to add more and more. So you see get more, download, donate now, contact us, book, apply, all that fun stuff. And then with the tracking, make sure that your Facebook pixel is on. We already talked about going to the events and setting that up. And then you hit publish and you run your first ad campaign. Now, of course, I went through this super quickly, and there's other videos in this channel that are going to show you how to really break every part of this down. So I highly encourage you to check them out. You at least know what to do to get from the moment that you created your Facebook, your personal, go to your business, create your business page, create your ad accounts, and get to where we are today. So we went through the entire process together. I know I threw so many different words, a lot of buzzwords, a lot of jargon there, but now you at least know some terminology, so you can go on to YouTube or my channel or Google, wherever, and start looking for the specific item that you need help with. This is the great equalizer. This is the level set video for you. This is where you come to learn how to get to at least the bare fundamentals of launching ads. And there's actually things here that I share that even people that are running ads right now, that are professionals, they don't necessarily know that even exist. So just be aware of that. Thanks so much for watching. Well, now that you know how to create a Facebook ad from beginning to end, it's time to level up. It's time to run a conversion ad. So I'll leave a video right here that's gonna help you do that. Also, if you found value today, please be sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss another video. But of course, make it your best day yet.